Hello everyone and welcome to Silverhawk's Let's Play. I'm playing Starsector. I do not have my webcam on for this one, so yeah, that's it. That's that. Scavenger, Bounty Hunter, Explorer. I think Bounty Hunter. Commander Wolf class, Cat class shuttle under command of an experienced subordinate, Shepherd class tender cargo heavy machinery. Let's take that one and then let's go easy. Start with the tutorial. This is me, I'm Silverhawk, and I keep watching and keep looking in the webcam when I'm talking, which is very silly, but there you go. I'm silly as silly can be. Welcome to the sector. Your fleet is under the middle of nowhere and critically low on supplies. If you don't acquire more supplies, your fleet will suffer through a slow but immediately fatal decline. Continue. Fortunately, there's a debris field nearby. Move up into it and activate your scavenge ability to search for useful cargo. Scavenging requires heavy machinery, but there is some in your cargo hold. Gained ability, scavenge. Make sure to take all of the supplies and any other valuable cargo, but feel free to leave the cheap and bulky metals behind. To get your fleet moving, click on the space in the direction you want to go. Like there. Here's the debris. Push 6. Your fleet assumes a stable orbit relative to the debris field. The field appears to be stable and will not drift apart anytime soon. Long range scans indicate it's likely something of value could be found inside. There are indications that what salvage is to be and may not be easy to get to, and there's significant risk of involvement running salvage operation. Access it. Crew and machine required available 80 and 30, and I got 40 crew needed and I got 80, and 10 machineries needed and I got 30. Scavenge effectiveness is 16%, base effectiveness, heavy machinery available, salvage skill, and yeah, all that goodies. The destiny of the debris field affects both amount of resources and a number of rare items found. You can later get a ship which that's the way you do it. You can later get a ship that increases the salvage rate. Press F5 to save. I will do that. A pirate fleet is approaching. First you spot a sensor contact, then an unidentified fleet. Then when it gets very close, you'll see its true colors shining through. Don't worry, pirate ships are shaded rusty bucket, and if you lose, you can always press F9 to quick load. Even so, combat can be effective, can be expensive, especially if there's no bounty on the enemy you fight. Deploying ships into battle reduces their combat readiness, and recover CR consumes supplies, and CR stands for combat readiness. Consume supplies. Battle damage can cost even more supplies to repair. Continue. However, fighting is often necessary to survive. Wait for the pirate fleet approach, then defeat them. I will. Here he's coming. Meep meep. Hey. The pirate ship maneuver to prevent you from engaging easily. It's not appear to be certain of your identity, and hostile will have a reduced impact on your reputation. That's a Balmog. A Cerberus. Actually, it's a Cerberus, standard combat fighter. It's also got D mods on it. It's got rugged construction, shield cargo, blast doors, and flux capacitor and flux coil is broken. No, moving to engage and continue. You can select which ship to deploy in the beginning of the battle and deploy the reinforcements or as the battle goes on. Deploying a ship reduces its combat readiness by a fixed amount. In addition, ships will begin to gradually lose combat readiness after the peak readiness time runs out. Recovering combat readiness takes time and consumes valuable resources. Yes, just as they say there. And that. Those are the two I'm going to deploy. That is a very skilled pilot. He's flying a kite class ship. It's got no D mods. And then it's me. I'm driving a wolf class. Different ships got different special abilities. I'll show you. This is the combat screen. Here you can order them to do a lot of stuff. But I don't seem to be able to do that right now. But usually you get, like up here are a star that makes me, not a star, but a cloud that makes every one of my ship go faster, etc, etc. Up here you got deployment points and you got command points and yeah, full assault or full retreat, etc, etc. I can click that you escort me, and here is also interesting. This is the real screen. What I've got here is the different weapons, and pulse laser is my main, and I got those swarmer missiles. I can click those once I'm like engaged in combat, altering auto fire, etc. And I also got PD lasers and ion cannon. Anyway, we'll see once we get closer. I will also do something different when I get closer. There. I'm going to engage a shield in front of me. There we go. And then I'm going to click 2. Then I'm going to send swarm missile his way. There, he's flamed out. And then switch back to the main gun, making sure that he can't fly that rocket ship. And as you see here now, up here you got flux. That flux, when it reaches maximum, you can't do anything. So, yeah. Now he died. That was extremely easy fight though. The thing you can do to make sure that you don't run out of flux is A, don't pick up the put up your shield, and B, make sure you're typically away from him so he doesn't fight you at all. And then you can click V, and when you click V, then you make sure that all the flux disappears. I just fill up my drinking glass. The pirate ship maneuvers present your disengage easily. Yeah, that part I already read. Your forces were able to gain complete victory in the latest engagement. Relationship with the pirate reduced by 3, currently at -68 out of 100 hostile. Salvage crews are recovering 292 credits from CPU core still active in the wreckage. Pick through the wreckage. We've got a cannon there, a Vulcan cannon. A rapid fire weapon that is especially devastating missile and fighters and point blank range. Accuracy degrade sharply during prolonged burst. Cargo space 2 units, base value 2. 100 macarons. We'll call those. Now you see down here that I'm overextending my cargo, so I'm taking more than I can actually pick up. So I'll click control button and left click. That means I throw away the exact amount that I can carry. Your fleet's supply consuming has gone up. To recovering combat readiness, use deploy ship into battle cost supplies, as does repairing battle damage. To reduce supply, repair and CO recovery on ship can be suspended from the fleet screen. Open the fleet screen. Here I can... This is shit tons of XP. I meant things that I'm telling you at the same time here, but hopefully once I've finished talking, this will actually help you guys get more into the game, and I'll just don't talk so much about these kind of things. Here you see finish repair on your ship will take 0.04 days, and this is, yeah, that's a lower combat readiness. Here you can also refit, and you can suspend repairs and recovery. You can mothball this ship, or you can shuttle it, or you can check it out. That's a lovely ship you got there. Then I can look at you, and I can dismiss you if I wanted to. Monthly salary is 900. Here's his skill. It sings when you push mixtures right, humming. Everything is right in the world, from the stars down to bones. Coming off a shift, it's like just woke up. Words can't tell it. Acheta Portside Interview Project Episode 3. Plus 50% mobility and plus 10% speed. And he is... what kind of pilot? He is a pilot. Doesn't say if he's a reckless or whatever. Anywho, now I can go back there and I can pick up those cargo pods. They will stay in space for a while. And I also gained experience. I've advanced to level 2. So clickeroni. Skill points I got are 2. I think it's like the first level you get 2, otherwise you don't get 2. Navigation, sensor. Here's the one that he had. Maneuverability and top speed. Second peak operation time, minus combat readiness degradation rate after peak performance turns out. Maximum combat readiness. Or plus 5 weapon damage for combat ships. Increased turret rate, yeah. 6% to navigation rating of fleet for deployed frigates. 3. This won't say anything to you. It says a lot to me though. Minus 30 terrain movement penalty for approaching terrain. Terrain movement penalty from applied terrain. Plus 1 maximum burn level. Increase the burn bonus of sustained burn ability by 1. Ability transverse jump. Jump into system through a nasal gravity well or directly into hyperspace. The Spiffing Brit, he is called, the guy who likes to make interesting ways to kill stuff in games. He used transverse jump in this first system, and he went and sold and bought stuff from this place, and they don't even have a working gate yet, so they would oftenly love to buy his shit. Anywho, cargo capacity, fuel capacity, personal capacity. Yep, that will be the one I pick first. Then I have all these to pick afterwards. I kind of like the industry part because I like to go all the way over here somewhere. Is it here? All the ships are almost always recoverable if lost in combat. Ship lost combat have 75% if 60 deployment points or higher to 90%. Chance to remove 1 demod per month. That's huge. From a random ship in your fleet. And that is demod. I'll get into that a little bit later. You saw that pirate ship had like 4 or 5 demods. Chance to quickly recover 1 demod from newly acquired ships. Higher ships with more demods. Plus 5% maximum combat readiness per S-mod built into hull. Plus flux dissipation per ordnance point. That's actually nice to lose a lot more flux than before. Maximum damage reduction by armor increased by 85 to 90 up to 110. Yeah, that's going to be the armor shenanigan we take. No, we're going to take that. I changed my mind. No, I changed my mind. That one. Yep, and that one. Confirm. I now got 4 story points, and story points will also come too. And F5, it wants me to save, and it says that all the time, and that's a good thing. You can't do that too often. You gain 1 skill point each level up, and additional point the start of the campaign. You also gain story points as you gain experience. They can be used to take exceptional actions to make your own story. In a way, the tutorial will introduce these a bit later. Yes, skill points are used to learn skills. This is what I just did. Skills are arranged in 4 aptitudes: combat, leadership, technology, and industry. Each aptitude has a number of tiers. You advance to the higher tiers by picking skills from lower ones. Skill that affects your piloted ship, combat skills, and few skills in other aptitude can make elite at cost of a story point. The maximum level you can reach is 15. So 15 is the max level. Press C to open the character tab and blah 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 blah. I just did that. Thank you very much. And then C it wants me to do, and I'm done. Shortly after dissipating the pirates, you receive a tight beam communication from system's main inhabitant world, Akira. The message is brief and asks you to travel there and contact the station commander, Osman, as soon as possible. Let's lay a course for Akira. Ansira. You don't need to do this to travel, but it helps to track off where you're going and how long it will take you to get there. After dismissing this dialogue, press E to open the intel screen to view details of the message you just received. Select message, click show on map. Yada yada, do this, do that. Of course, of course. Push E. That is that. Show on map. Fjonk. And then there's a small marker up there, so he wants me to fly over there. There we go. And that's where I am right now. Let's fly. Akira is pretty far away, and it'll take a while to get there at this rate. The sustain burn ability, used for long distance travel, activated will briefly stop the fleet reduction and accelerate to a minimum. The maximum burn level you'll be much higher, as sustained burn can be interrupted by any other fleet activating an interdiction pulse. So yeah, activate sustained burn to get to Ansura more quickly. You can also press and hold shift to speed up time. Finish. Push 5. Down here you see the sustained burn, and here you actually see the 2 ships we are flying. You actually see the real ships as they are. If you threw full speed, there's a chance your fleet may be knocked off course, and some of your ships might even suffer damage from asteroid impact. Continue. A slow moving fleet, avoid this danger. Press and hold S to move slowly until you're through the asteroid belt. The danger is low, however, especially since the belt is thin and you're only crossing it, so you could also get away with just going full speed. There, press and hold S and then let go. And save. They didn't ask me to save, but I save anyhow. Your fleet is getting close to Ansura, which is controlled by the Hegemony, a major military faction in the sector. While in Hegemony space, a fleet is required by law to identify itself by keeping the transponder turned on. This is viewed as shared most, though not all major factions. Turning on the transponder makes your fleet highly visible to everyone seeing it, will know who you are, unlike that pirate fleet you fought earlier, which had very close positively to identify you. Keep your transponder as crippling disadvantage in hostile space, but it's getting closer in port you'd like to dock there. It's a good idea to turn the transponder on. You gain the ability transponder. Activate the transponder before getting close to Ansura. Both avoid unwanted attention from patrols and to receive docking clearance. Since turning it on and off has a major consequence, it's required to double tap or turn on and off. Once prime, once more to confirm. Once to prime, once more to confirm. That's where it is. That's like putting on your registration plate, so to speak, and speaking to everyone near you that, hello, I'm Silver, and you do that in quite a lengthy way. And if you don't want to do that, if you want to smuggle things, for example, then you don't turn it on. More of that you'll see a bit later. Now we go to Oshmund. Your connection to request surprisingly quickly, giving citizens many responsibility. You come excellent. As you're well aware recently, I suppose we can skip that part. I could use a refresher. A team from Galactic Academy has been running experiments in the dormant gate in the system, trying to connect it back to the dormant gate network. Promising experiments, or so they thought, until energy pulse we expected to get response from the gate destabilized the jump point leading into the system, cutting us off from the rest of the sector. It's rather like how the sector is cut off from the domain writ small. The stars have sense of irony, do they not? The miners of Draconis Station, which is also located in this system, was operating near a substance level where it hit the hardest. They turned to piracy, intercepting one of the last food shipments to come in and out of the desperation, no doubt, but there were deaths and they were putting themselves well outside the law. Their leader known now. If the jump points are stabilized, the system is once again a part of the sector. They can look forward to a life of sentence as a penal colony as their absolute best. Right, there. Now, what do I fit in? The miner turned pirate guarding the jump points, preventing us from gathering recent reading and coming up with a way to stabilize them. We have a security detachment that could handle their forces, but they're tied up in defending Ansera. The pirates are too much for you to handle, to take on. Unfortunately, you have to. We've got an agent Dedinko station who will be able to access the recent sensor readings from the ship guarding the jump points, but they have not been able to get through to long-range communication array to send data for us. That's where you come in. Head to Derenku and retrieve the data from our agents, then return here. What's in it for me? Ah, a mercenary. Some credits naturally. You will with more along the way. If you're all good goes as planned, we'll be able to reconnect with the rest of the sector, such as it is. You gain 2,000. What's the plan? First off, make sure you turn off your transponder. What? Did you said to turn it on? I've instructed the security detachment not to give you any trouble about that. If you're lucky, the pirates may think you're one of their own and let you approach their incline without trouble. Still, it makes sense to go dark as you get closer to make sure that they can't get too good reading on your fleet. You can also approach along the asteroid belt, which gives you most perfect cover, as long as you're moving slowly. Go dark, I just learned. Then you're in trouble, activate emergency burn to get out of there, to lose them, and then we come back for another try again. Don't e-burn unless you really need to though. It's hard on the ship and it will cost you more supplies to recover from, and it's up a chunk of fuel too. Very well. And I got that emergency burn as well. Excellent. That's thanks. Thank you for being willing to help. Come back when you got the data, and good luck. Cut the comms. And then we go down here. This is the market. Here is everything I can buy in the market. And here is the black market. Here's everything I can buy in the black market. I could like buy organs and sell them at the nearest place, but I'm a good person, so I won't be doing that. Hub and a hub. Confirm. And as you see, if I sell it here, it costs, I don't get 64 balloon bats out of that. I'm going to change what the currency is called all the time. I won't get 64 because that's tariffs, 30%. But if I do this, bump, bump, and sell it on the black market instead, boof, boof, then I get the full, because the black markets don't have any tax on it. Then you say, wow, why don't you always sell on the black market? Because selling on the black market is A, not very good for your standing with the colony or the hegemony if they find out that you've done that, and B, it destabilizes the market a bit and the whole planet. So I will take that 30%. Smackaronis. Let's go to the fleet. Let's go to refit screen and go away. ISS Starflyer is actually a good name for you. Sabot SRM instead of Swarmers. Don't really know the difference. You are Swarmer. Sabots. That goes against shields pretty good. That one does not go against shield pretty good. That is short-range missile launcher. Missiles are defined exception destroy enemy fighter. Okay. I'll probably keep you as you are, and you can be as you are as well. Perfection. Let's leave the station. Now you see on the bottom here it says I'm gonna start by clicking Intel, show on map. That would be the station we're going to. Dricor Mine Station, enormous space station is with blah 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 blah. Mining station is for colony under pirate control. Okay. That is good to know. Let's go back to that Intel page or factions. That's all the factions that are in the game. Hegemony are the ones that I'm trying to get to like me right now, and these are the ones that hate me, and these hate me as well. Let's show this on map, and then let's right click, and here is some stuff that I can siphon up, and here is also stuff that I can siphon up. He told me to get closer to that. He told me to turn off the transponder, that's off, and then he told me to go dark, which is that button. I'll do that very soon. Down here you see how close we are. Now I went dark. I'll see if they pulse for me. Do you see? These are the lines. If I'm on the other side of these lines, stop watching the camera, you silly person. If I'm on the other side of these lines, he would see me, but now he can't see me. Let's pick up these things. Your fleet resumes stable orbit. The field appears to stable, will not drift apart anytime soon. Long-range scanners indicate possible something value. The salvage remains extremely difficult to get, and there's a high risk involved in running salvage operations. Access and 7%, that's not a lot. But yeah, I got some salvage and some gas and some metal. Confirm and continue. Now we're going to move into this asteroid belt here. Then we're going to sneaky go through this place. Here we go. Open the com directory. Speak with Mr. Douche. Your fleet approaches the Dakar mining station. Your fleet goes into orbit around the drug, and the local port authority seems to take no issue at your explanation for why your transponder regrettably is not turned on. Open com directly. You connect to the local com directory and browse public otherwise known listening. The transport com ID waits for system to establish connection. You can contact your agent, special com ID, and exchange passphrases to verify each other's identity. The agent is transmitted data file with recent raw sensor readings of the unstable jump points. Then you cut the com link and exchange a few pleasantries. Here you can also go down to the bar, but here's like the open market here is, yeah, it's actually works as it should. I'm just drinking. Yeah, the pirate faction is, they sell a lot of illegal stuff like organs and stuff, and apparently they also got a black market on their place. I don't care if they get unstabilized or something, because I'm out of here and I don't care since they're pirates. And go back. And sustain burn. Whoop whoop. Let's go back to... No, let's not do that. I was about to... Let's space and tab makes me go to this screen. And I want to click you and turn the transponder on. And I also got sustain burn now to go there as quickly as possible. And then I press F5. And do you see here? That field is very juicy. I won't be getting that field right now though, because I make sure that I get a better chip for that. Open the comms. Talk to Mr. Douche. You have data, well done. There's a brief wait as you transmit the data. Now we'll find the system is running preliminary analysis of the data. I believe you do your reward. Gain 5k. Relationship with hegemony improved by 2. And with him 4. There is a chime in the background and he looks concerned. Yes, the system estimates it take out a cycle to analyze the data and comes up with a stabilizing algorithm. Naturally by then the data would be out of date and any algorithm based on it meaningless. If you had an AI core on your hand, you could analyze the data more quickly. Fortunately, there's a survey probe somewhere in the system, one left from the initial exploration of the sector by the domain. I should have at least one AI core serving as a brain. Where is it and why hasn't it been salvaged before? To answer your second question, the domain artifact is usually protected by automated defenses that still function today. The probe is no exceptions, and the hegemony generally forbids civilian interference with domain artifacts. For that sake, the public safety, of course. Desperate times, however. The thing is that having an AI core, or like a beta core or whatever, having any of them in your possession is actually illegal by the Hegemony faction, while other factions looks a bit don't have a problem with it. And so it is. My data indicates it's somewhere beyond the orbit of Pontus. Here, get there and head out beyond the asteroid belt and use active sensor bursts. You should at the very least get a sensor contact with the probe. Head towards it, perform salvage and bring back an AI core. Pontus is gas giant in the other system to see in the outer system. To see its name on the map, you might have to turn off the inhabited option in the map filter. Activate sensor burst. I got this a skill now. That's nice. Did I have anything? No, but I could use some more fuel, right? Right. I buy fully fueled up. Perfection, and I'll be leaving the station, and I'll be clicking F5 since it tells me to click F5. And let's Pontus, that's Pontus I guess, and active sensor burst over there somewhere, and let's not fly that close to the sun. Yeah, they're very picky about that sort of thing. The AI course actually is like, what? Drive slowly. Let's do that active sensor burst. Let's instead do that, which is the active sensor burst. There, you see on the map that there's a ping there. Let's see if we can see it here. Yeah, we can. Then let's fly there. That's a dormant wreckage. Your fleet approached the domain era probe left from the initiate domain exploration of the sector. Pitted by the small impact, the probe's hull displays iridescence typical fearsome radiation scarring. Though this probe's manufacture could well date to 1,000 cycles ago, some systems are still normally active. Explore. As your fleet moving closer, several other signatures are detected coming online inside the probe's hold. We've got these douches, and they have, this one got 4 D mods, and these got 3 D mods each. Engage automatically defense. Continue and deploy all. Deploy. And per usual, take you and escort me. And now I remember I forgot to automate all of those. I love doing that. However, that was not what I did this time. Okay, so let's fly towards you. And you can pause as many times as you want and as often as you want. Let's yep. Oh. Yeah, I'll empty that flux. Space. If you push V, you teleport with this kind of vessel. It only works with the Wolf. This one got the different ones. Each ship's got their special kind of bonuses. Yeah. Damn it. Stop shooting me. I'm actually a nice person. Let's see, Z. F is the button you teleport with. Jesus. Yeah, I'm just spinning around because he shot my engines out. There we go. Now my engines are online again. I thought to fight him from 2 places at once would be best. And there is dead. Your forces were able to gain completely victory in the last engagement. Pick on the wreckage, and I got light assault gun, hammer class torpedo, and light machine guns. These are nice to keep. Then I got some kick-ass too much fuel there. So let's put that back. And yeah, that's it. Shouldn't I have gained a probe? As your fleet finish mopping out the mount defenses, weak hyperwave ping is detected coming from the probe. It's unclear if this random noise is from dying subsystem or some kind of encrypted signal. Your fleet finish its approach to the domain era probe and without further incident. Begin salvage. That would be the probe. Let's $150 per unit and 100 per unit. So you're the one that gets left behind. No, 30. You get left behind. There we go. And I picked up as much gasoline as I could there. We can begin our descent as soon as we pass this field here. 5 and save. And I see that we passed a lot further than 30 minutes, so I'll actually end the game here as soon as I get into port. I don't want to drive into the sun, so as you see there on the left, Starflyer has repairs is completed. That's a nice thing. Open the com directory. Take shuttle down. No, leave the bar. That was not what I wanted. Com directory. Warren Osman. Solid work. I'll get my technician working on this right away. In the meantime, this should cover your expenses, hopefully with a good amount of leftovers. Continue. I'll send you the stabilization algorithm and the core works it up. Once you have it, it should be a simple matter of running using your fleet drive field as a means of interacting with the jump point. However, there's still a matter of minus getting both jump points out of the system. As you said, the forces are significant. Well, it's all relative. Our security detachment could handle them easily, but as I've mentioned, I've tied down defending Ansura. Your fleet, on the other hand, you might be able to handle them with some stellar piloting and a bit of luck, but it's best not to take such a chances, especially not when there's an alternative. An alternative is that the ship graveyard around Tetra ships are most deemed not worthy effort to restore awaiting bulk transport to one of the ship's braking facilities elsewhere. Now that their serve out needs, go there and recover the ship you can and break the ones you can't for supplies. Make sure you bring enough crew to operate and recover the ships. Perhaps an extra 100 or so will do. You'll need to transport them somehow, so they're take a mudskipper transporter. Consider it a payoff of your reward. Thank you, I'll return with the ships. And I will also get more men. Mormon. That's about 100. Boop. confirm, and sell, confirm. I also got a new ship there. It's a transport personnel carrier. Yes, that means I can now transport more people in it. Outfit. Nope. Weapon groups. Yes. And auto fire on all of you. I think this is the way I'll do it. I'm not 100% sure. Confirm. That means they just use their auto fire to do stuff, which leaves everything for me to not having to do. Anywho, this has been the first episode. I hope you like it. If you do, please leave a like and all that jazz. And, well, have a nice day. Bye bye.